say thank you for all of the donations. And more importantly, I want to talk about my specific population. I'm going to do this in series because I'm on oxygen, so it's a little hard for me to talk continuously. Um, First thing, for people who have compromised immune systems like I do, and diabetes, coronavirus is different for us and it's more serious. My first symptom was approximately 10 days after exposure, and it was chills to the point where I felt like I had to squeeze my extremities, my toes, and my feet, and my hands were very cold. The second symptom was diarrhea and extreme fatigue, um, to the point where the diarrhea was instantaneous, and the fatigue was to the point where I felt like I couldn't move. So much so that most of you know I work remotely, and I had to call out of remote work, and that was on Monday. That was on Tuesday. On Tuesday night, when I woke up, I coughed and I felt something in my chest. I've had pneumonia before, so it felt like pneumonia. So I knew something was wrong. I never thought it was the coronavirus because I'm very safe, as most of you guys know. I've been very safe for a year, but then I started running through the series of events that could have exposed me. Um, One thing is, I once I knew I was sick, I got up. I got up. I drank tea, at least 10 to 20 cups of tea, um, all day on Tuesday. I got up. I walked around. I kept taking deep breaths to see if I felt anything, and it wasn't crazy. It was just like a flu. On Tuesday, I called my doctor. I'm very, conscious of my health. We did a virtual visit. He is the one who reminded me that COVID is still out there. So he was scheduled me a test. He scheduled me a test for Thursday at 3:30. What he explained to me was that I wouldn't get the results back until Monday. So that was in the back of my mind. After I met with him, I was a little bit more conscious. And another thing, one thing is, soon as I felt the chills, I quarantined myself, which was good. The only issue was my son, and many of you know Grayson is me tied to the hip. He came down the basement twice while I was sick, at night, looking for me, because he's used to being up under me. Um, Wednesday, Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I knew I was really sick. My wife had made me soup, and I couldn't eat it. When I woke up at 12 o'clock, midnight, and saw that I didn't eat any of the soup, I knew something was wrong. I took another deep breath. I coughed. I knew the feeling was pneumonia. I called the Uber, and I went to the emergency room. Before I went to the emergency room, and all this year, I've been researching, COVID. What should you do? What treatments are out there for people specific to me? And surprisingly, there weren't specifics to the people that are most affected by this. It wasn't specific to someone with that was immune suppressed or compromised. So, but the one thing I did know is I wanted to go to a hospital that offered the three antibodies, because I heard that people have had some success with those. So I picked Queen Presbyterian Hospital. Um, First thing, for people that are immune suppressed, remember what kept you alive all this time. Being conscious of the things that can hurt you, infections, things like that. Trust your body. The symptoms that I had were not publicized. I never thought in a million years that a year into COVID I would be getting COVID, but I knew something was wrong, especially when I took the breath and felt like I had pneumonia. I knew something was wrong. I still didn't think it was COVID, but I knew it was a problem, so I trusted that. And I knew that waiting to Thursday and waiting to, Monday to get results was not going to work for me. And I think that is what ultimately may save me, because the time was different. And I'll explain more about that later. So I got to the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was tested for COVID. I got the results back in approximately 20 minutes. It popped up on my phone before the emergency doctor got back to me, because I have my charts, and it said that I was positive. Once I knew I was positive, I remembered everything that I read, and I calmed myself. I notified my wife and my family to tell them to be calm, and then I spoke to the doctor about the treatment that I wanted. In the next video, I'll talk about some of the things that I learned in the hospital that may have saved my life. Talk to you soon. I'm still pushing. This won't beat me. Thank everyone again for their donations. And I hope to save some lives.